Hello, and you're through to 1 in 20. My name is Chris Haydock, and I am here to discuss the thing that nobody likes talking about, which is what happens when you die. Let's just jump straight into it. Let's get rolling. Now, first question that usually people end up asking me, can you die instantly? Yes is the quick answer. If you were to have your hit points drop to 0 and then minus again to what would be your max health in one single hit, then I'm sorry, you're dead, and unfortunately you are going to be creating a new character. So an example of this, if you have a wizard with about say 14 hit points, if he gets hit for 28 points of damage in the same hit, that is it is gone, sorry, roll again. However, if that wizard was to get hit by 20 points of damage, that's fine. Like, he falls. It would be exactly the same as if he was down into 0 hit points. There's no difference. Now, what happens there is you become unconscious and completely useless to your party. So still not a great thing, but there is still one thing that you can do to try to save yourself. Now, we're going to ignore the fact that, say, there are things like Healing Word and Spare the Dying and stuff like that, that the party can use to help you. This is the thing that you have to do yourself. They're called death saving throws. Now, it's really simple. All you have to do is roll a d20. If it's 10 to 20, success. If it's a 1 to 9, unfortunately, that's a failure. It's first to 3. So if you get success, fail, success, success, you're fine. Doesn't really matter. And same goes for the other way around. Now, if you get your 3 successes, you end up coming back, but you're still on 0 hit points, but you're now no longer bleeding out, and there's now no chance of you dying. However, there is, say, the flip side of that, which is if you end up getting all the lower numbers and you end up failing, sorry again, you passed away. My condolences. Now, there are a couple of things. If you do a natural 20 on one of your rolls, you now suddenly come back, you've jumped back into the fray, you have 1 hit point. So you are back in, you're fine, and you can start get going again. However, if you do a natural 1, what happens there is that you will lose 2 of your saving throws. It's kind of sucky, but it does happen. Now, there are a few things that can be done if the inevitable happens and you end up dying. If you have a lovely cleric in your group, they can do a few spells for you. And the first one that they usually get is the 3rd level spell of Revivify. Now, as long as they are in close proximity to you, and you have only died in the last minute, then they will put your life back into your body, and you are back as good as you ever were. Another one is Reincarnation. Now, that is one of my favourite spells, just purely because of how random it can go. It puts your life into a completely new body. It's random, it could be anything from an elf to a dwarf to a bugbear to a goblin. It just completely changes, and it's a very interesting dynamic for your character to have to learn to play. Besides that, there is a level 7 spell, which is Resurrection. Resurrection is just does what it says in the tin. As long as they have got your body, they can put your life back into it. Then there is the level 9 Mac Daddy spell, which is True Resurrection, which doesn't even require the body. So let's just say you've been hit by Disintegrate, or let's say you've been eaten by a dragon. Doesn't matter, this spell will bring you back. So key thing here is keep your cleric happy, because they will always save your life. But this is just my take on it, guys. There are a few other kind of little rules that people like to play around with, but these are your basic things. Let me know what you think about this. Tell me what you want to see here on the 1 in 20 channel. Besides that, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe, ring the bell, do all those things, and I hope you all have a cracking day and roll well.